what's up, you guys? Yes. So today I will be going over the development of personality. To start, I will be going over how we define personality. Personality is usually grouped into 5 categories called the Big Five. The Big Five categories are grouped into neuroticism, extraversion, openness to experiences, agreeableness, and conscientiousness. Neuroticism is in short, is the opposite of stableness. It is usually shown and accompanied by physiological, and mental disturbances like anxieties and phobias. The next Big Five personality trait is extraversion. Just like the opposite of neuroticism is stableness, the opposite of extraversion is introversion, and introverts just rely on themselves, while extroverts, the category, are predominantly concerned with and obtaining gratification from what is outside of oneself. For example, this dude right here is not happy when he is alone and only becomes happy when his friends show up. So I'm sorry, but I bumped my phone here so you can't see the top of the whiteboard, but the third category is openness to experiences. It is also written at the bottom of your screen, but it is basically how open you are to learning new things. This guy is unhappy because the door on his head is locked to new experiences, and he only becomes happy when the door is opened. The fourth category is a person's agreeableness. Being agreeable is defined by Webster Dictionary as being pleasing to the mind or senses. This is applied to personality by one person who everyone enjoys being around versus someone else who everyone else just tolerates. The fifth and final category is conscientiousness. Conscientiousness is basically being aware of how you affect other people or things. A good example of this would be someone saying something and then seeing that it hurt someone's feelings and then realizing that and apologizing. That person has a high level of conscientiousness. Now I've gone over what the Big Five personality traits are, we can talk about how they are developed. One of the big ideas about personality is nature versus nurture. If we are the way we are because of our genes or how we were raised. One Turkish study outlined that nature controls what potential we have. For example, how stable we can be. But does it affect the Big Five? A study on humor concludes yes. The study researched twins and concluded that the Big Five were only represented by genes and was not impacted by they were raised. But another study, as I will talk about later, brings up contradictory evidence. Nature is how well your potential is used. This is impacted by many different people in different stages of your life. First, primarily, it is shaped by your parents and then later on your peers. Your parents are especially important because a good relationship with your parents can lead to good mental health and a balanced personality, depending on your genes, of course. But as a child grows older, their personality will continue to be grown and shaped forever. One way that parents can affect the personality of their children is the parenting style they choose. There are 3 main parenting styles. There's protective, authoritarian, and democratic. And to compare them, I will be using self-esteem, ability, and attitude. So Protective parenting is doing everything for your children even when they have the ability to do it on their own. The child doesn't learn how to do things on their own, so this affects their ability and their self-esteem. The next type of parenting is authoritarian. These are parents who tell their kids what to do without regard of their ability level, and these parents typically have very high expectations. This often leads to the children not learning how to express their feelings and emotions. This negatively impacts their self-esteem, and it often leads to anger issues. Last but not least is the democratic parenting style. This is where parents support their children and provide needs without restricting. This positively affects self-esteem, ability, and attitude, and is often thought of as the best way of parenting. But is good parenting enough to affect a child permanently? There are many theories about the importance of childhood. One such theory is Freud's psychosexual theory, which states that childhood experiences can affect future life and personality. Erikson's psychosocial theory is similar to Freud's theory, except it focuses on the social and communication aspects. Abraham Maslow came up with social learning, the theory that people continue to learn their behavior throughout their life, while Piaget theorized in his cognitive development theory that people don't change, they learn to express themselves. The problem with these theories is that all of them are based off of the assumption that personality development is the same for everyone, which is untrue. It is different and unique for each person. But to understand, you have to make some generalizations. The next question is, how do these factors affect the Big Five? According to the study mentioned earlier, nurture does not affect the Big Five, but nurture can affect self-esteem and aggression, which can fall under the Big Five category of neuroticism. One out of the Big Five. No matter whose opinion you agree with or how your personality is developed, it is important for you to be true to yourself. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Bye.